Hello friends, welcome to Simply Chemistry. In this video, I'm going to explain a simple method to write the electronic configuration of a given element. Writing electronic configuration of simple elements is easy, whereas bigger elements is difficult because you have to remember the order of the energy level. To overcome the same, I'm going to explain a simple method in this video. So let's get started. I have given a tabular column. The first column gives us the principal quantum number or the period number. The second column gives us the atomic number of the noble gases. We generally use that while writing the electronic configuration. And the last is the configuration order. So when this falls into this group, obviously it should have this configuration. So let us see how this method works with an example. Let us consider the given element has atomic number 94. Step 1, you need to find to which band it falls. You could see that it falls between 86 and 118. So it falls between 118. So step 2 is you subtract the given atomic number and the least in the band that is being chosen. So in this case 94 minus 86 is going to be 8. Step 1, you find the band. Step 2, you subtract the given atomic number with the least atomic number from the band that is it is falling on. Step 3 is the important one, that where you're going to find out the principal quantum number of the given element. So we could see from the table that 86 belongs to the 6th period. We know that noble gases occupy the right extreme end in the periodic table. That means in a period, noble gases are the last element. So 86 is the last element in the period 6. Hence 94 should be in the period 7. Therefore n equals 7. When n equals 7, it has this configuration order. So I am substituting the value of n into this. So this will become 7s, 5f, 6d, 7p. So this is the order after substituting the value of n. So we are going to add the electrons that we already calculated in step 2 into this configuration. So we know that s orbital can hold a maximum of 2 electrons, so we spend 2 electrons and the remaining 6 electrons will be in the f orbital. Now the job is simple, just add the electronic configuration of the noble gas, that is 86. It corresponds to radon. Your electronic configuration is ready. So the electronic configuration is radon 7s2 5f6. Apart from writing the electronic configuration, we can also find out to which block the element belongs. In this case, you can find the last added electron goes to the f shell, so the element belongs to the f block. So let us see another example. So let's see another example with atomic number 52. So step 1, you are going to find the band. So you could find it belongs to this band, that is between 36 and 54. So we are going to subtract 52 36 will be equal to 16. So next step is to find out the n value. We know that 36 belongs to the period 4, hence the element should belong to the period 5. So n equals 5 in this case. If n equals 5, it will follow this order. So I am substituting the value of n, so it will be 5s, 4d, 5p. This is the order, and now we are going to fill the electrons that we calculated in step 2. So this is going to be 2. D can hold a maximum of 10, and P can, like the rest of the electrons will be in the P, that is 4. So we have added the electrons in the configuration order. Now just add the noble gas with atomic number 36, that corresponds to krypton. So we have got the electronic configuration of the atomic number 52. And also you know that the last added electron go to the p shell, so this element belongs to the p block. So let us see one more example. So we are trying to write the electronic configuration of atomic number 79. So we know the steps. So it belongs to this category. So we are subtracting 79 minus 54. It's going to be 25. So the next step, finding the n value. 54 belongs to period 5. So your 79 must be in period 6. Therefore n equals 6. So it follows this order. So if you're substituting the value of n, so this will become 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p. So now we are going to add the electrons. So this will become 2, f can hold a maximum of 14. So the remaining 9 electrons will go to the d shell. So now the electronic configuration will be 54 corresponds to xenon, 4f, 14, 5d, 9, 6s, 2. I hope you have studied about the half filled and completely filled stability. So you could see that if one electron is added to the d shell, it will have the completely filled stability. So in reality, the electronic configuration will be xenon, 4f, 14, 5d, 10, 6s, 1. And we know that the last added electron goes to the d shell, so the element belong to the d block. The advantage of this method is that it is applicable to all the elements, and we can find out to which block it belongs. And we also find some deviations while dealing with the F block elements, where we get a different configuration than the actual ones. The reason is that the real ones do not obey or not based on the Madelung constant. So we do observe deviations in case of some of the F block elements, and this method holds good with almost all the rest of the cases. I hope this method is much simpler one than the conventional one. Thank you for watching.